All right. What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? It's Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. And as per usual, when I do these lives, I'm working. I'm always working, right? I'm working for y'all, working for ONYXCON. But, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my blue collar warriors, everybody out there trying to get it, how we got to get it, grinders out here, everybody in that fluorescent nation, I like to call it, everybody who wearing one of these in one way or another for some kind of job like that, whether you're in a warehouse, you're doing deliveries, you're on a construction site, but especially if that ain't really your purpose or your dream, nothing wrong with that if it is, you know what I'm saying? We need the builders and the workers of the world. But I'm saying I think a lot of people who find themselves in those kind of jobs are not necessarily doing those things because that was their dream. It's just some supervised nature. So you can set your own schedule. The only thing about it though, it is the struggle. It's for real. It's like, you don't you don't get it, you don't get nothing, and you're always up against the clock of your bills and everything else. It's a real pain in the ass, quite frankly. It gets on your nerves, but you still got to do it, right? It's what you got right now anyway, while waiting on the next thing to come through. And speaking of next things coming through, I mean, I'm always applying for other stuff that makes sense with the plan I have for ONYXCON because I learned a long time ago, especially through the film business. Working in the film business really taught me the meaning of gig economy. A lot of people are becoming new to this. And I've been saying I need to do a video, and because I talk about this all the time, just it's a side note to the main note all the time, because I'm always in the ride at some point, going live, talking to y'all while I'm working like this. And I realize so many people have lost their jobs in this crazy economy, and so many people are starting to do the kind of work I'm doing. People who never thought they'd be doing this type of work, right? And there's a lot of shame involved in that for some people. I'm sure there's mental stress. I'm sure just getting into this other way of doing stuff and knowing, yo, you might tell yourself, "Oh, it's just a stepping stone," and then the stepping stone turns into the main stone for months. You know, I like to see myself as the stepping stone is finally, eventually, thanks to y'all, thanks to my folks who have subscribed here. Appreciate y'all, each and every last one of y'all, because when I get this channel monetized and when we start getting more legit, keyword legit, um, endorsements, advertisers, etc., that want to work with us, because I get those emails. I do get those emails of, we saw your channel, and they all look the same. They always look a little bit something make you feel scammy about, because the scammer ones say the same things that the legit ones do. So then you got to look them up, make sure the company's legit. Even if you look it up and the name is legit, that don't mean it's actually them. It could be people using their logos and everything. And trust me, they do that mess. These folks out here have gotten to the point they are out of control. They are really, really bold. They don't care how far they get put up under the jail when they get caught. They just doing everything. These cameras are out of control. So you see that kind of stuff happen, and once you're aware of that, it makes you a little paranoid about dealing with anybody online. You know what I mean? But I mean that right there, in addition to a bunch of other reasons, is why I don't tolerate trolls on my channel. I don't play with y'all about that. You're not gonna get on here and act any kind of way, say any kind of thing, because that kind of energy goes right along with scammers and people like that. People take it, oh, he's just goofing off. No, 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 no. Anybody who's bold enough to do that with somebody they do not know, they obviously don't care about their survival, but they're risky. They don't care. So you can't take that energy for granted. You can't play with it. You got to nip it in the bud. You got to shut it down ASAP, immediately. And I wish more people would take it that serious, because it's like I don't even have to run my theory by anybody to know what I'm saying is true. I see it time and time again. Like every time there's some major disaster like this, I hate to bring it to that level, but it does relate. And I always say that's why we got to take it more serious. This last noted uh, major shooting and stuff that happened, I heard a report about it, who the suspects were that were brought into custody. And they were saying that these were these loner, depressed, crazy type you know, and it's not just as simple as just saying crazy. Like seriously have mental issues, teenagers lurking around online in these different groups that support. It's like a bunch of them all in the same mental state with variations and have the same mentality and anger about different things, and they're gathering together and creating these groups of nonsense, of total anarchy that they have these, ideas. And so like I say, when I see people goofing off like that online, I don't take it lightly. I don't look at it like you just goofing off. I look at that like this is the next potential, or maybe already somebody who's going down that rabbit hole of hate and despair and weirdness, and can become a serious threat. So I don't take nothing lightly. I don't, and that's why I nip it in the bud. I don't want to deal with it at all. Just keep your guard up. You know what I mean? And it's across the board, y'all. It's on damn near everything. Like I play chess, right? Love chess. Love chess. I play chess every day almost. In a week, I'm always gonna play at least 6 days, right? And I play online on one of these apps, and it's like you play globally. It's literally what I love about it. You literally are challenging people all over the world, and you know, it sharpens you real quick because you're playing all kind of levels of players, right? Most people on there's a chat feature, which I'm like, oh, why they even got that on this game? But they have one, and because it's there, sometimes I've used it. Every now and then, somebody will say something like, "Oh, that was clever," or it's nothing offensive. It's super super rare that people speak at all. They just basically just play. And no matter how good they are or what they do, it might piss you off. If you even say something, most of the time they ain't gonna say nothing back. Like, and usually I'm not the person who's, most I might say, even if I'm mad, like, damn, they're good, they got me, I didn't see that. I just be like, okay, all right, bring it, or something. Like I'm gonna be competitively fun about it. Like, all right, I see you guys, all right, but or they beat me in the game, and I'm like, all right, rematch. And they flip it over, we do another rematch. Then I'm like, damn, they beat me again. This fool is good. This was good. I'm learning something here. I would have never thought to do that. Ooh, okay, whoa, oh snap. Right? I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna say congratulations. I'm gonna say good game at the end or something like that. If you piss me off in the middle of the game because you just it's frustrating, I'm gonna be like, most time I ain't gonna say nothing. But if I do, it's only because they've said something usually. And most time it'll be like, if you're taking a long time to make your move, people love to talk. Like, come on. Like, I'll do that too. Like, I'll be like, if you take it too long, like, shit, now come on. Like, because there's a timer. There is a timer on every game. And you can set the timer to different levels of what you're willing to do. Like, and you do these little wagers and all this stuff. And it's not real money. It's just these little coins you earn. That part of it is so silly to me, though. But it is what it is. It's what they made. It is what it is. If you're going to play it, you're going to do it the way they do it. But you want you to buy stuff. I ain't never spent no money on it. I just play for free. If I can't play for free, I don't play. And if I just need a game, I'll play the computer, which is real torture because you know how the computer is if you play. It's like they've got these programs with some of the mocking some of the best players in the world and all, and it just off the chain. Like the stuff it does, I'm like, damn. I've never beat the computer. I've gotten close. I've gotten close. Thank you for the one thumbs up. I appreciate you. Must have a chess player in the house. Salute. Yo. But I've gotten close, like I say, but man, it's like and they have the little AI characters for each character, and they're all different ethnicities, the way they look and stuff, and they're meant to represent, a variety. I like the diversity of the game. They literally show chess masters are worldwide. Like you got African, Asian, Latina, white, European, everybody's in there. When you look at these little characters, they represent. Now, mind you, you're not really playing a person. It's just they made up something. It's like AI image, it's an AI system, how they doing it. But it's I just like that they give full representation, and they made it where it's like they know the chess masters. You got young chess masters. They're like some of them that are brainiacs. The little image would be like a little kid basically. When I say kid, I mean like 12 or something, like to basically to pay homage to those that are that smart that have played on that level and become chess grandmasters and stuff, playing against adults and just being that good, But so no, it's very challenging and stuff, right? But you're playing against the world. And the other day I was playing, and it was somebody. I like to see what country people are from when I start a game. I always look and see where they're from, and I've noticed patterns of certain players and how their energy is from certain countries. And this guy or person or whatever they were in Mexico. That doesn't mean they're Mexican. Anybody could be living somewhere else, and you never know. And there was no real picture. People use avatars. We all tend to do that. Like, I use an avatar. Like, I've had Worf as my avatar before from Star Trek, from Picard, because I think that's the coolest version of Worf that ever was. The OG Worf looks so freaking cool with the white hair and stuff, and just his whole demeanor in that show. If you've never seen it, it's really good. Check it out. That particular, the end of that last season the last season period is the best of the whole thing. It starts off super slow. I didn't even finish watching all of the first season, and I just pretty much picked up on the last season and enjoyed that and was done with it. But it was cool. But anyway, so I've used Warm. Right now I got King Kong roaring. You know what I'm saying? And whoever this person was, they're in Mexico, right? And their avatar was like a damn dog with some fake hair on or some BS, like something super goofy. I said, oh, okay. And that, I mean, I hate to say it, when I see certain goofy stuff, it kind of puts me on edge because I'm like, this. Yeah, y'all. So, what I was saying was, so what had happened was some dude, and I'm just gonna say it was a dude because only dudes talk like this usually. I'm not saying it couldn't have been a woman, but I started seeing the little red dot over the chat while we're playing because I'm winning, but I'm starting to get an edge on this dude. And it's getting down to just we both got a few pieces. Because I'm good for clearing the board, man. If you beat me, you ain't going to beat me because it was quick usually. I ain't saying I haven't been. There's two ways I get beat with the, beat you in 3 moves type mess. Either I'm tired or I'm so annoyed with someone doing that same old move that I know it by heart when people do it. But I don't, like for me, any game, I don't even want to play it. Like I'm okay with losing as long as it was fun and exciting and I saw something new, I did something new, they did something new. That's the only thing that makes it a game for me. If it ain't like that, I don't even want to play. If you just, so technical and tactical that you're boring as hell and robotic and want to just drudge it out, I'm not even going to. Most time, if I'm playing a chess game like that, it get down to like you literally got 3 pawns, they got 4, your king, their king, of course, and that's it. Or maybe like y'all both got 1 rook or something. And I've had a million games like what I'm talking about. You cleared the board, man. You're down to nothing, and then you're just playing this constant tic tac toe, freaking what's that damn game? Connect Four type bullshit. Like everybody's just sliding their rooks around and trying to beat their pawns down to the other end to turn them into queens and stuff. And it's just like I know where this is going. Either you're gonna get to the end and one of yours is gonna become a queen and then it's over because you're gonna be cornering me and all that, or we're gonna exhaust the clock and it's gonna be a draw because it's which is like a nothing. Which I hate draws that where I have more pieces. They need to change this. In my personal opinion, I think this rule should be changed in chess. Yeah, if you play chess and you know what I'm talking about. You ever had a game where you get down to the very end of like it's your king, their king, and you still got 2 pieces, but you just can't corner them because the king is dipping and dodging and tacking around, and the clock runs out, and it's like draw. How is that a draw? How is it a draw if I still have pieces in addition to my king? If I have even one pawn left, as far as I'm concerned, whoever finishes with the most pieces still on the board, that's it. If the clock times out, yo, that's not a draw in my opinion. You won that game. You had more of your army, even if it was one more. That's your game. So like I was looking at my stats, right? And I'm talking about in the time of I've been playing now regularly almost 2 years. I've been and it's been a long streak because even though I love chess, I had not been playing regular until years ago on set on a game on a show. I was on the Oval doing PA production assistant on the Oval, and there was a brother in Electric that liked to play chess, and they broke out the board one day, and I said, "Oh, y'all done started something now." So me and him were going, and we had a really good game. Classic, what I call, like I say, if you good and I'm good, hey, it's gonna be all the way to the end. And we got down to literally just kind of the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It was like my king, his king, and like two pawns or something. It was ridiculous. And at a certain point, I just shook his head like, "Yo, man, I like knock my king over. Like you got that." But as far as I'm concerned, we both won because and he knew it. He knew it was one of them situations where all we gonna go is we just gonna keep dodging each other for another hour. What's that stupid shit? It's like, yo, just say draw. No, ain't no draw, man. You won. Whatever. I don't care. It was a good game. Salute. Right? But I enjoyed it so much, it reminded me why I like to play. And I said, you know what, man, I got to get back on my thing. So I started playing online again. And then I found this app that I fell in love with because I like the way it looks. It ain't like a lot of chess online and be looking real just like I'm not a person who likes that, the diagram style where you see the little representation of each piece versus a three-dimensional. I like 3D pieces. I like to be able to see something that looks like I could grab it on the screen and move it around. I like that. So the other thing I like about this one I play is color. You can do it the other way I'm talking about. If you just love that, you can make it look like that, or you can do the traditional black and white squares. You could do the brown and the light brown squares. Let's see, wait a minute, is this not the street here? Okay, it's coming up. You can do all of that, but they have one where it's like white and turquoise. And I love turquoise as a color. I love that color. So I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And that's their main theme. The whole app has like the turquoise look. So I was like, it's Chess with Friends. That's the name of the app. But anyway, um, so if you're on there and you like to play or whatever, you can find me out there. I'm the third. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you might find me. I don't know if you would. I mean, I think you can look people up and just come correct, make it clear. Yo, I saw you talking about chess. I like to play chess, whatever. Hey, let's have a game. Okay, cool. You on some other stuff? It's over real quick. Like this chump that I was talking about that I was playing, they got all funky, started talking crazy in the conference. And like I said, no one ever talks on there. It's not that kind of app, man. It's just shut up and play. Don't nobody talk on there. It's a feature, but don't nobody use it, right? He started talking shit. I said, what the? And it's like they have rules. Like you can't curse and say things that it monitors all that. So if you say some craziness, it'll be like that's against our rules. You can't post that. But how do I know? Because I had checked fools before, and I'm using regular cuss words. Oh fucking! Like you can't do that. You got to get kicked out. I'm like, all right, well, why don't you regulate these other fools? Because I wasn't saying nothing until they said something. And I'm not talking just to be talking. I'm not playing with your monkey ass. Ooh, Lord, have mercy, please. I swear, right? So I was just like, man, people are just amazing. I don't understand it. Like, yo, it's a freaking chess game, man. You're supposed to be the most intelligent people to know this game. Well, it's supposed to be, right? But you learn, hey, assholes can learn anything, right? You know what I mean? Assholes can learn anything. They want to play too. They hate to see real smart people having a good time by themselves. They want to join in and make mess. It's like, man, if you don't get the hell off Earth, I was like, what the boy? But so you block folk just like you do on anything else. Thank goodness they had that feature. Like if it wasn't for the block button, man, I would not be online at all. I'd let y'all have it because I know what I'd end up being if I had to, literally contend with all the BS that's out here. Not healthy for everybody. Not healthy at all. Not good. Not good. Give me a whole nother purpose in life. Frank Castle, that's all I got to say. Anyway, yo, if you know your characters, I still got to see that too. I ain't seen the new one. I got to see that. I've got to see that. It's a mandatory thing to see. Got to see that new feature with the Punisher, man. Got to